with you.
Good afternoon, Christian. Congratulations on the victory on Saturday.
Thank you, Will. Good afternoon to you. Thank you.
How much have you been able to assess kind of where your depth is after Saturday going into tomorrow night?
Depth of the squad, you mean?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, we have more or less the same group. We are not blessed with a lot of death at the moment, but hopefully we are going to get back soon some of the injured players. And then my focus has been in the last couple of days just to manage the players that played 90 minutes and train the one that they didn't. So a quick turnaround, preparing the video for the game for tomorrow, show what we have done well and what we should have done better against Columbus, and then presenting the opposition. So my focus has been on the squad. So we stay with more or less the same squad that we have been going through the last few games.
You played George on Saturday in goal. You played Pablo yesterday for Crown Legacy. Is it reasonable to infer that Kalina gets the nod Tuesday night?
Could be. It's something that we are still, weighing the option. But there is a possibility that Christian will come back.
What do you know about South Georgia Tormenta?
We know that it's a very direct team. It's a team that has some good individuals. It's a solid team, and then they have done well in the last round of the Cup. So I think that is a game that we have to play with a lot of mental toughness, seriously, and with a lot of like we want to go in every game, and with a lot of intensity, mental and physical.
And lastly, for me, how much was it important to get a victory, to kind of get that reward for this squad and have that to kind of show for all the work they've done over the last couple of weeks?
Very important, very important. We know that the results at this level are important, but as I said many times, and I keep saying it, we have to establish an identity. We have to establish a way that we want to play and recognize the moments of the game and to be ready for those. So when we play and we can establish ourselves in the opposition half to be ready to win the ball back with counter press, or when we are defending, ready to go on counter-attack. We are improving in that. I think that is a team that is improving on a daily basis. In training, they work really hard and with a lot of intensity, the guys, mental and physical. And this is the standard that we decided to have at this club. And to get the 3 points is great, but I thought it was due. In the last 6 games, the boys got 3 draws and two wins. And they had the 20 minutes difficulties where we got punished in Salt Lake. And then it looked like it was the end of the world. But our job is to analyze things a little bit differently from maybe, the spur of the moment, and to put things in perspective and trust the process that we are putting in place here.
Thank you so much. Good luck tomorrow night.
You're welcome. Thank you, Will.
Let's see, John.
Good afternoon, Christian. Congratulations on the victory on Saturday.
Thank you, John. Congratulations to the boys, because ultimately it's them that they go onto the pitch. So well done to them.
Yes, you mentioned after the match on Saturday the continued improvement of the connection between Enzo and Carol. What do you think specifically it is that they're doing better together to mold and meld the talent that they do have?
Yeah, I mean, this is a combination that I love, that I had in mind. And I think it's potentially one of the best combinations in MLS, but we have to work to become. We can't assume that we are not. We are working towards that. First and foremost, the defensive work that they did, they were very, very compact with the rest of the team, allowed the team to be, I repeat the word compact, to be close to each other horizontally and vertically, because this is very important for a good team, to be close to each other, ready to defend together, ready to attack together. So the first and foremost, the work they've done without the ball has been, in my opinion, has been great. They also created chances, score goal. Caro scored the goal. He could have scored another one. There was a great ball that Enzo passed to him, and we could have closed the game with that action. And also the way they look for each other in the central combination, how they play tactically when we are building the play. We went through certain scenarios today as well. And I think that if you look at the combine of the moment when we don't have the ball, so the offensive phase and the defensive phase, I think by looking at simple but continuous improvement, we could have a very, very interesting partnership here, Charlotte.
Another cup campaign about to start. How excited are you to, begin that journey of possibly bringing a first trophy to Charlotte?
Yeah, it's a new competition. Not that the US Cup is a new competition. It's a new competition for us this season. We want to honor, we want to play strong, and we want to also use it to get better. To play games is always great because it's you have the chance to play against a strong opposition that come with the idea of advancing themselves. So we have to take it as a massive opportunity to keep going and to keep the momentum going into the next round of the cup and into the next games. But we have to be really focused and we have to play strong. This is the first thing that I want from the boys. I told them today in no half terms, if we want to become the team that we can be, we need to approach every training session and of course every game, regardless the opponents that we have in front. We need to play strong. We need to play strong, and to play strong, we need to prepare at the best on the pitch and off the pitch.
That sort of may have answered my last question, but obviously, as you said, they're a strong side. They've gotten good results lately, but obviously they're a division or two below you guys. I know you don't think of outside perception that much, but inevitably a lot of people are going to feel you should probably beat them easily. How do you guard against, the team becoming overconfident and, not looking at that?
This is a big point of discussion, John, because in sport, and the beauty of sport is that there is the technical side, there is the tactical side, and then there is the emotional side, the psychological side. So you have to be prepared at the best, and very often the team that come as the underdogs, not just in our sport, in every sport, they come with an attitude that give them, nothing to lose. And maybe with that kind of mentality, you go into the game with the psychological side really relieved or optimum. And in those games, you actually measure how strong you are as a team so that you can play at your best, you can execute at your best against anybody. It doesn't matter who is in front of you. The other thing that is very important is to understand that you have to keep calm, and sometimes you have to wait until you get your opening, because it's renowned that when you play against a team that maybe doesn't play in the same league, you think that you can win easily, and this is not always the case. And you can win, so to speak, easily if you keep doing the right things consistently. I watched last weekend Man City played against Sheffield United, and they had to wait until they could secure the final, because the first half finished 1-0 and they got a penalty very late in the first half, and you would think that they would win easily because of the squad that they have and because of the success they had in the last few years. But it's never the case like that. You have to work hard and you have to keep doing the right things constantly, action by action. If you think that you by not doing that you can win, for me this is the biggest mistake.
Great. Good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you, John.
All right, Jorge.
Hey, good afternoon, Christian. How are you?
Good, Jorge. You?
Good, good. First question is more on your thoughts on playing in the Sportsplex versus Bank of America.
Ideally, we would like to play in the stadium because we want to have as many supporters as possible around. But if that is not possible, we are familiar with the Sportplex. We trained them in the past. We would welcome as many supporters as possible because it's always great to have our fans close to us.
Nice. And then maybe an update on Ashley Westwood. How close is he to first team action?
Yeah, Jorge, very, very close. Very, very close. He trained in the last 2 days fully with feeling nothing at all, which was extremely pleasing to see. I'm not sure we are going to go for this game, but certainly if he doesn't play this game, he's going to be he's going to be probably in contention for DC.
Nice. And then just lastly, your thoughts so far on Charlotte's MLS Next Pro team, Crown Legacy. I mean, they've started off strong. It's good to see some of the players kind of like Hamadi, who hasn't gotten an opportunity at the first team, but he's playing in the second team. And just your thoughts in general.
Thought in general is great to have a second team. It's a very different league, and it's a league in which the young players can express their talent, and for us to be able to get together as a club. I know that few of the boys go and see. I certainly try to see as many games of Crown Legacy as possible because I want to do how those boys play. It's an opportunity to give them minutes. Last night, for example, Pablo, I thought he was instrumental to get a result against Columbus by saving a penalty and play well. Also, Hamadi, for certain parts of the game, play well, but I keep an eye on all of them. And it's good to have this connection and to have a second team that can, give us depth as a club.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, we'll end it with, I believe that's Gary.
Yep, I'm here. Hi, Christian. It's Gary
Hello, Gary.
Bailey. I'll be on the call tomorrow night with Maura Sheridan.
Okay.
Nice to meet you and looking
Thank
forward
you.
to the game. Just one question I've got is generally with MLS teams, looking back at previous years, they tend to put out the fringe players, the reserve players, some of the younger players. Is that your intention tomorrow night?
Not necessarily. I want us to establish ourselves with the principle of play that we have, and I want us to go as strong as possible. I might not start exactly the same team that he was started against Columbus, but I think that in order to give chance to the so-called fringe players, and I really don't see the squad like that. I see the squad at the moment as all the players that we have, and everybody has an opportunity to impress on a daily basis by training well, strong and consistently, with a good intensity, good body language, and good energy. And sometimes I think with a little bit of experience, by changing everybody, you don't really give these guys an opportunity. I think it's good to give certain guys an opportunity when you keep, players from each line, and then you put 1 or 2 changes in each line. But this is, for me, is how you can give a little bit more an opportunity rather than to change all the 11.
And so I just watch one more question. You mentioned, or somebody mentioned, the directness of Tormenta. Is that a concern for you, the high balls into the box, the set pieces?
Everybody, Gary, everybody has got their own style, and you have to respect and you have to adapt to what they play. They seems to have an ability to play that kind of style, but not only that, we saw also in the video, in the presentation of them, that this is a team that, again, like most teams in the world, if you give them time and space, they can play. And they have some good athleticism from the back, full backs that can overlap, and strikers that they can take you 1v1, and midfield left-footed that is pretty strong technically. So is a team that needs to be respected. It's made of professional players that they might not be playing at this moment in the biggest league in the US, but they are playing in a decent league, and they are players that need to be respected. And the best way to respect the opposition is to go stronger, to play strong. This is the one. I don't have any doubts about that. I'm very clear. If you want to respect the opposition, you have to go as strong as you can and to play as strong as you can.
Gotcha. Christian, thank you for your time and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys.